Hello everyone and welcome back to the World of Warcraft. Full disclosure, I've actually been taking quite a break from World of Warcraft for the past, I'd say like several weeks. I got more caught up in wanting to play other things, including Marvel Rivals. I've been playing quite a bit of that instead. And of course, with the holiday season, real life, and all that. And I was honestly rather satisfied with what we had accomplished this season. You know, getting our AOTC. I haven't gotten my KSM this season, but honestly, even though we're approaching the end of it, I honestly just don't really care that much. I'm not really enjoying this season. I'm not fond of the dungeons this season, so I just didn't really care enough to want to push, even though you can, and maybe I could get it before it ends, but honestly I just don't really care that much, if I'll be honest. I wasn't really enjoying it, and I really hope that they do something to make it more fun for the upcoming season. But until then, what we're actually going to do is the new content, which I have been neglecting for quite a while. So you'll notice over here, we've got two different things going on here. We have Illyria as well as Khadgar.
As always, we have much to discuss.
I'm sure there's a reason why the whole return to Khadgar. That's probably a countdown, I guess, for either the end of the... Oh, they're bringing this back. Ooh. That whole, you get the extra time walking knowledge thing. That's interesting. And that's going to be right when the anniversary event ends, which is interesting. We'll talk to Illyria in a moment. First, let's talk to Dawn. You remember Dawn, right? From the Stone Vault. You'll also notice there's plenty of goblins here. Hammer Phalange, Grease Monkey Surveyor, and Zeppelin Engineer. These are Gazlo's Grease Monkeys because Gazlo is right over here.
Got a contract with your name on it.
Are you here to talk to Illyria too? I've got word there's a load of goblin activity down in the Ringing Deeps. I think she's got other things on her mind though.
Plenty more where that came from.
I mean, yes, Gazlo, I can verify that because I've done the questing down in the Ringing Deeps.
Only you know your path.
With each passing day, more of my people awaken within the Stone Vault. Many of them have embraced their old designations. This is not a path I wish to forge. For some, traditions are hard to forget and abandon. I pass no judgment. Many others have embraced a new path, like me. For the first time in earthen memory, we have no edicts, and the whole world of Azeroth is ours to explore. Many have set off to walk new lands and meet the people and cultures of our world. If you have not met an awakened earthen out exploring Azeroth, I suspect you will soon.
Take time.
Greetings,
to absorb the
Dreadnoughts.
mundane.
Are you here to answer the Siren Isle's call to adventure? Recently, a goblin salvage team discovered an isle with a strange singing crystal at its center. Like the goblins, the Arathi of Hallowfall have taken a keen interest in this crystal, as have we. We've been preparing an expedition to the isle. Most of the expedition has gone ahead, but the goblins' last vessel is set to leave momentarily. If you hurry, you can catch them before they leave and join us.
Come back with me.
Imagine a giant crystal that sings. We're investigating on the Siren Isle. Care to join us? Later, I need to talk to Illyria first.
Know your target.
When we faced Salatath's forces in Hallowfall, I sensed something dark just beneath the surface. Something that was not her, but it still troubles me. I've learned that running into every situation myself is not always the best tactic. Sometimes, a leader must stand back to see the field. So I send you. Go to Hallowfall and uncover what you can about this mysterious force. I don't want to be caught blind again.
Xalatath has been forced to retreat, but she and the Black Blood are still out there. Even now it lingers in Hallowfall, long after our last battle. Please investigate it further.
You got it.
Work cycle interrupted.
Okay, so we're heading down there.
We will continue.
I mean it when I say this is the first time I've logged into my main character here in weeks. There's a number of things I just have not been doing. A number of weeklies and dailies. Just a lot of stuff I've just been kind of neglecting, ignoring. It honestly just felt like the right time to just kind of step away and take a break after accomplishing things I wanted to play other stuff, while also kind of knowing that when the time comes, especially when the new next big patch and raid comes out, I'll be delving back into it, of course. And this is something I definitely recommend, like, for players, is that eventually you are going to get a little tired, even burnt out, if you play the same game constantly. It's okay to step away from playing something to play something else, to freshen it up. And sometimes when you return, especially if it's something that keeps getting worked on or updated, you may return and it's going to be hopefully better than it was before. You guys, of course, remember when we had the cutscene during this scenario, what Illyria saw, right? All the black blood in the ground. So, yeah.
Do not lose hope, Anon. They will be safe. I have seen it.
Well, well, look who it is.
You hail from above.
I didn't expect to see you here, but then you always manage to show up when there's something interesting, don't you? There's no time to talk, though. My people have run into problems.
May you lend your song to hers. Do not fear the dark.
I don't know what prompted you to come here, but we could use your help. We came to investigate signs of the black blood in this area, but the creatures overwhelmed us. Several of us are still out in the field. You are hale and hearty. Go find my people so that they can return. And if you have the strength, take a closer look at the strange flowers that grow from the blood that seeps beneath the ground. They may hold a clue as to how we can fight against its corruption.
This is not the time for visions, Orwena. Our people need help right now.
And help has arrived. We can still see this through.
Notice that she is at half health right now, just to show the damage they've taken during this encounter here. Some of these creatures are stronger than others. When we were able to act together and fresh to the fight, these creatures were no threat. Now our injuries and separation leave us vulnerable. Our people are resilient, but we are not immortal. There is one beast larger than all the others. That beast is making it difficult for the Haronir to return and recover. Slay it, so they can be safe.
Perhaps we'll meet again.
What is it?
We all followed Orwena to these surface caves because we believed in what we were doing. But this, we did not bargain for so many injuries. So much dogged searching. For now, we just need a little breathing room. Slay the creatures out here so that are harming us, and we can get the space to address the real issue.
Farewell, then.
Strange flowers, indeed.
I'm out of range. It's too far away. I need to get closer. I don't have a target.
Alright, there's the behemoth we have to take on.
I need to target something first. I'm out of range.
Who are you?
Way's clear.
You didn't.
We have too many injuries. We cannot last much longer. Come, Kaishe. Let us get back to the others and see to your wounds.
It's too far away. I need a target.
Okay.
You are strange to me. This time she's gone too far. Why won't she see that she will chase these visions forever?
Word is that they may be the next allied race to join the playable races in the game. Not really sure that's the kind of... Well, how do I put this? There are other allied races I'd rather them go ahead and make before they make this one next. It's not that I'm opposed to them being an allied race. There are just others I would prefer that they choose first before they got around to this one. Does that make sense?
Do not. I have had enough of this.
Yes?
That should give us some space to retreat, and now we must deal with the crux of the issue. That is, Orwena's everlasting determination to pursue this mission, no matter the cost. It's time we had a talk.
Roots guide you home, stranger.
I shall watch for you.
That's all of us, and I'm grateful. Those flowers you found are also odd. They seem to have corrupted properties and have become something new. I have to dig into this more. We can't stop now, not when we're so close. This could be the key to how we fight back.
Wild guide you.
Thank you.
The world watch over.
I am not blind. I know that they are tired and weary, but we are so close to figuring out what we can do about the Black Blood. The importance of what we can uncover goes beyond Hallowfall or the Nerubian Kingdom. There is so much more if we are to find a solution. For now, let us withdraw and recover, somewhere away from these creatures.
Let nature tell you are safe. Come, we must recover before continuing our fight.
Continue! Orwena, we must retreat and speak.
Wasn't entirely sure if they were going to say anything more. Oh, takes a long look at Orwena and then shakes her head and sighs. Yeah, it feels like they're all about to turn on her. I wonder if this is about to be a situation where they all try to kill her and I have to defend her.
What is it?
There are things that are more important than this mission. We must take care of each other, even if it means leaving some questions unanswered. We have been through too much for what we have achieved. What's the plan?
Hanan, where are the others?
This was a mistake, Orwena. Coming here, revealing ourselves to the immortals, getting caught in their affairs. You've put us all in grave peril.
Our goddess is crying out for aid. How can we not answer?
We followed you and your visions this far, but we cannot break the Haranir's traditions any longer.
It is those very traditions that put our home at risk. You've seen the growing threats here, Hanan. We cannot give up now.
The others and I are returning to the cradle to seek forgiveness. You owe it to them to face the elders by their side.
Tell the elders that the fault is mine, and mine alone. I will face them in time, but for now, my path is here.
Then you will walk it alone. I do not understand your conviction, Orwena, but I do admire it. May the ancient roots of our people ever thrive beneath your steps.
Goodbye, Hanan.
You know, I continue to be impressed at the increasing quality of these cutscenes because...
I must. If I do not, the black blood may consume all that I care about.
Let's just say that I have recently looked back at some of the older cutscenes that were in-game, which were not that impressive because, well, let's just say the NPCs would have just been, like, flapping their lips. There would have been no synchronization between how their mouths are moving and what they're saying. It would have just been, like, the generic idle stuff, you know? And the fact that in that in-game cutscene, like, they were, like, truly, like, animated and fully in sync and everything, it was... The quality in those cutscenes just continues to go up, and I so appreciate that. And I really hope the player base appreciates as well. This is why I get irritated about players just... They're like, I just skip all the cutscenes, I don't care, I just skip everything. Because then you don't get to appreciate any of this kind of like good quality that actually does get put into these cutscenes, especially in recent times. Older cutscenes, yes, a lot of them were not very great to look at. But nowadays, that was excellent quality. And players just continue to skip it because they don't care. And it just gets... It really irritates me. They put in all this work and effort, and so much of the player base just continues to not care. If you don't care as players, why should the developers? So I like to let them know, hey, I care.
Your aid is the only reason I can continue.
Huh, he was already killed. It's okay, Orwena. I got your back. We were I'm not going to try to say their names. We were a family all on our own. Here, far away from home. I do not blame them for wanting to return. But I would blame myself if I gave up now. I must focus on what comes next.
I shall watch for you.
Here is where I must focus. I can hear the voice of my goddess, and she must be near. I will enter meditation to ask what I must do. How can I continue this mission alone? How can I go on without the others? Stay close. I don't know what may lurk or threaten while I am concentrating.
May you lend your song
All right.
to hers.
I'm ready to protect you while you meditate.
Goddess, grant me a vision of what I must do.
Hello. Notice the Azurite effects from her? That is Azurite. I recognize that from BFA.
I can't attack that.
At least those are some of the Azurite visual effects. Is her goddess Azeroth? Is that who she's talking about? I think so. I mean, after all, the call of Azeroth's World Soul is literally part of what's going on here. And yep, this right here confirms it. The visual right here, this is what you see when you do one of those World Soul memories.
I hear the drumming. No, the ringing, striking.
I need to get closer.
Thunder from solid rock.
Clanking vision. Oh! This is a tease of where we're going next, isn't it?
I understand what you want me to see.
I know that mech. Gallywix.
Goddess, where must I go? Orwen. Show me. I understand.
Definitely a tease for the next patch. And the next raid.
You have come far, stranger.
I understand. We must go where I can hear the sounds of things moving beneath the stones. I don't know what it means. I only know that I must go there. Will you go with me? Very cool also visual of her literally like being in front of the Azeroth World Soul and hearing Azeroth say her name. Very cool.
Do not fear the dark.
My vision was clear to me. I need to continue this work. I need to find out how we can stop the black blood from spreading before it's too late for your people. And for mine. Meet me in Deeps. I will be in a form that allows me to hide and to listen without anyone noticing.
The vision. We are close. But I must remain unseen by the people there. Look for me in another form. At least I can honor one Heronir tradition.
Okay. I'll be honest, I had heard about the Siren Isle being like the center of this patch, but I was not aware about this extra story involving Orwena basically teasing the next raid. Oh, we're probably going all the way to the area where the goblins are, which makes sense, since we are literally going to an area that's going to be very goblin-focused.
Another incursion.
And let me just say, I have been eagerly waiting for us to find out more about where Gallywix went and took off to and what happened to him ever since the end of BFA. The last time we really saw Gallywix, he basically hightailed it out of there once Sylvanas was gone. Like, when Sylvanas left and was basically, like, removed as war chief, like, when she killed Varrock, that's when Gallywix took off. He was like, alright, I'm out of here! And we basically have not seen Gallywix since.
You lump of rock. These items are now the property of Opportunity Acquisitions, where we acquire at every opportunity.
Gazlo.
You buying or selling?
I haven't seen this many goblins move around in one place since, well, it's been a while. Kazan comes to mind. Something big has to be happening. What are you doing here? Me? I'm on the trail of some big operation, the Ring of Deeps. Why are there so many goblins working right at the edge of the cave? Why are there so many different cartels in one place? It's not even our annual convention. And who the blast is in charge of it all? Things like that. Questions, questions.
Let me know if you need a crew.
Uh-huh, there you are, Arwena. There seem to be goblins everywhere now. Do not look too closely. Oh, sorry. I'll just I'll just stand right here. I'm just looking on, standing next to you without anyone noticing. We need to get closer to where the goblins are working.
Hey, pal. Nice timing. We got trouble brewing. I
What's up,
only
Gazlo?
deal with the best. Business is booming.
Wait, where'd that goblin go? Good help these days. Seeing you here is a welcome surprise. There's something big happening over at Opportunity Point, but it's hard to know what without getting closer to the people working there. I know Haxel's involved. We'll need his paperwork if we want to be able to ask around without trouble. He's headed down to Opportunity Point. Go, follow him, and see if he's got anything on him that we can use. Don't worry about the mess. I know you're discreet when you need to be, and also not when you need to be. Excuse me, Gazlo. I can't. Oh, okay, fine. You got a point. I am a demon hunter after all.
Where there's risk, there's reward. This Haxel guy has the papers we need to set up close and see what they're up to.
Go. I will follow unseen. This must be what the visions meant for us to do.
I just want to remind folks that the gentleman voicing Gazlo is Travis Willingham, who is the same gentleman who voices Turallion. He also voices Thor in Marvel Rivals. That's right, the man voicing Turallion like this is also Gazlo, who is also the gentleman who is married to Mrs. Laura Bailey, by the way.
Back off! This job is mine. I paid good bribes for it.
Not ready yet.
Very goblin.
You'll never get to meet the big boss.
What, you mean Gazlo? What, you mean, Gallywix? Oh, by all means, I will happily try to meet him. I've been very eager to reunite with him. Seriously, I've been waiting to kill Gallywix for a long time.
Ah, there you are. Did you get that permit?
Yeah, and I had to do things a little bit messy, sorry.
You buying or selling? Business is booming.
Oh, can I read this, by the way? No. Gives one permission to do work and speak with Myers at the Abyssal Excavation site. Easy for me to say. Got that work order? We can open up way more doors with it than without it.
Let me know.
Perfect. Now, anytime someone asks why we're here, we've got this. Now it's time to do a little snooping. There are a lot more goblins here than I remember. Something's definitely going on.
Plenty more where that came from.
It's time to do some networking. There's a bunch of goblins outside of Opportunity Point over here in the Abyssal Excavation, and I heard some of them were grumbling as they started their shift. Let's see what some friendly words shake loose. While you're out there, check out the used fuel drums. They wouldn't let me look inside the full drums, but they just dropped the used ones around the work site.
Keep an eye out for anything odd while you ask around. There's more here than they're letting on.
You got it, Gazlo. I saw many machines nearby, and all of them seemed to make dreadful noises. I cannot hear the one that I heard in the vision, though. At least not clearly. Destroy the excess ones. They are only in the way. While you are quieting the scene, I will hunt and scout.
I will scout on my own. Good luck with your hunt.
Same to you. Ooh. Do you mind? I am so glad they made it where it's much easier to see the wax on the ground now than it used to. It used to be a pain to look around for it. Now it's much more visually obvious, which I really appreciate. That's what's inside the barrels? Excuse me.
Yeah? What do you want?
I was the top of my class when it comes to mechanical innovation, and this is not what I expected. What's going on here?
Do not get on. I wanted less work.
I wanted less work for more pay. Instead, I got busted machines and overtime. Who runs a site like this?
Huh, interesting. Keep asking around, and I'll do the same. Keep your eyes open.
You got it. Wait, why can I skin these things? Okay, why are there these activated remnants in these barrels? It's probably like some kind of form of waste that, of course, Gallywix wouldn't care about because he's Gallywix.
I need to target something.
Holy mackerel, that trinket just straight up one-shots them. No wonder people were saying this is one of the best trinkets you could get in the game right now.
I'm out of range.
Of course, I'm very curious what new gear we're going to have to farm in the next patch, because you know how that's going to be. That's how it's going to be, right?
Go, go!
Look, if they promised if I could figure out how to get this going, I'd get promoted to foreman. What's going on here?
Move it! That new fuel is causing all sorts of problems. We didn't get hazard pay for experiments.
It's always frustrating when some of the voice acting is actually voice acted and some of it is not.
Well, spit it out.
Look, they promised if I could figure out how to get this going, I could get promoted to foreman. Apparently they made that promise to a lot of people. Sounds like something Gallywix would do.
Stay strong.
You want to know what all the drilling's about? Buddy, oh, it's bigger than you can imagine.
I don't know, I could imagine quite a bit.
It's my way or the highway.
If you really want to know what's going on, the foreman keeps all the orders in his office.
Interesting. Oh, there's the world boss. And, oh, he's up, actually. You know what? We're going to take a break from this for a moment because, well, he's available to be attacked, so I'm going to go ahead and help out.
Yourself on the battlefield. Some intruders need to see another demonstration of your skills.
Oh gosh. Holy mackerel. Oh, I just realized this boss is focusing me. He's aggroed to me. Maybe I'm just doing so much damage, he just ignored any tanks. Oh, who am I kidding? Who tanks world bosses? And I'm gonna die.
Recognition.
Never mind.
Resolution. Those poor Earthen didn't deserve to become whatever that was.
Hey, that got me to 19 with the Assembly of the Deeps. So I can now go get a mount. Hey, very nice. All right, hold on a second. Let's have something to eat. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's get the raspberry jam off of my screen.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummels. Like you.
Yeah, don't need those. My alts need stuff from world bosses more than my main does.
I need to get closer.
Alright, now let's make our way to the office. Psst. You're like an ogre in Nomragon asking questions and breaking things. Get over here.
What's up?
Wait. Why is SI7 here? Hey, look, just because I work for Stormwind Intelligence doesn't mean everything I do is for the Alliance. These goblins are getting mixed up in some shady stuff, and someone's gotta look out for them.
Hurry back!
Those goblins only know part of the story. What's in there is the full story, or at least a big piece of what's the piece that's missing.
Keep it real! Glad I could help!
Looks like you're interested in the foreman's office too, huh? Don't get cranky, but we're on the same side here. I just can't get close without being seen. And then there's just one big clanking wrinkle to this whole mess.
Hurry back! Glad I could help!
We've got an intel problem, but we've also got a clank problem. If you look over there, there's a big haywire mecha that's just going crazy. There's no way anyone's gonna uncover anything while that is out in the field. We should do something about that.
Keep it real!
No one's going anywhere while that massive boom bot is running amok. Take it out, and we'll talk. Deal? You got it.
Little help? That kind of bit off more than I can chew.
Alright, Gazlo, I got it.
Die, foul machine.
I need a target.
There is no going back now. Small green one. I propose an exchange of information.
She's got the goods, Monty. She was flying around all over the place.
Surprises never end. Meet you both back at Opportunity Point.
See, I would like an option here where I could tell Gazlo's like, hey, look, Gazlo, she's with me, okay? You can trust her. I do. And he'd be like, okay, fair enough. I just realized the General's Bulwark is literally what saved me from that world boss.
What's an SI7 agent doing down here?
I'm off the clock, Bilgewater. I'm here looking out for goblin interests. I think I grabbed that mace during the trading post. That's great. I love a mace that's just a giant Christmas present.
Yo! Glad I could help!
It would seem that we are all searching for information, but I have some that I think is useful. It's too late to hide now. They've seen my true form. Let's see this through to the end. When I scouted, I heard and saw things that I don't understand. Perhaps if I describe it to you and the goblins, you will know what it means. I'm ready to see and hear what you did. Oh, so we get to actually play as our Wayna for a bit. So we have Listen In, Flap, movement speed increased, and Sneak. Whoops.
I just realized I'm afraid of heights.
Got all my money tied up in this venture. No, not that venture. Are you crazy?
Hardly working. Definitely.
It's showing stuff for that world quest, I think. That's why it's showing me those. I'm like, why are you guys showing me those? Oh, you can't combine both of those. That's unfortunate. Ah, there's the other listening.
The real opportunity is on the other side of that wall.
I saw little of use when observing the other goblins, but I heard things coming from the wall. It sounded like the earth ground itself to nothing. What manner of machine does this?
A giant drill. Sounds like a rocket
Next,
drill, a big
I went
one.
Searching for you, friend. I found you outside the building.
Good thing her health regens pretty fast.
While you fought the machine, I witnessed something inside.
Look, pal, the only opportunity here is the one I gave you. Big things are coming, and if you want to be part of it, you better fall in line. Just a Gallywix. He's back in business.
See? Gallywix.
Gallywix? Oh, without the Bilgewater cartel, he shouldn't have the resources for an operation here.
You've been hiding under the Horde's skirts too long. Gallywix is back, making deals and making trouble. Things have changed. After I escaped from that place, I saw you battling the gigantic machine, and I had to join in the fight. Now it seems there really is no going back. I am alone here, except for you and these goblins.
Let me know if you need a crew.
So, Gallywix has chosen to show his ugly face here, and it looks like he's got himself organized. We should report this to Illyria, see how she wants to handle it.
I must follow my visions, follow this calling, until I have found what the goddess wants me to see.
Looks like we're on the same path. Join us on the surface, and maybe you can get some help from your new friends.
Friends?
I'm going to keep looking for the source of those sounds. And Bilgewater, don't forget about your people while you're off saving the world. Oh, that's right. You can just go ahead and take the elevator right over here to go back up to the surface.
Do you have a query?
You have our thanks for doing everything you did in the Isle of Dorne. Council Ward Merrick's ordered the restoration of this elevator unit to further support our allies and ensure that we are not fully cut off again. Use it to quickly travel back and forth to the Ringing Deeps.
We will continue speaking later.
We get an extra elevator, literally right here, to go back down to the Ringing Deeps. There's also one right over here as well. So we can go check out the Siren Isle in the next part. We'll just continue to go ahead and, this is probably the only story chapter here, because this is probably just simply a setup quest line for the next big raid, which of course, as I mentioned, is clearly going to be Gallywix as like the main antagonist.
And that's what's happening. Gallywix is back in business. And that ain't good for no one.
Your path leads you deep, stranger.
Hey, looking for work?
Gallywix. Why did it have to be Gallywix?
Where that came from?
Nice chatting with you, old friend.
Stay alert.
You brought me far more than just information. Although I have a feeling that this Orwena will not give up her secrets easily. I should be patient. I'm sure that we'll find common ground eventually. In the meantime, there's someone that she should talk to.
Our mysterious ally returns. You slipped away last time, before we could thank you.
That is our way. It was my way. But my visions have put me on another path. I was told your people share these visions.
If you want to talk about visions, I know just the dwarf.
Yeah, let's introduce her to Magni.
So, your path leads you here.
So there is someone else who has experienced something close to what I experienced? Yet it is not the same. I must speak with him.
Perhaps we'll meet again.
Yeah, let me go introduce you to my friend Magni. Oh, that's why it says wait 5 days to talk to Khadgar, because I have to wait 5 days to talk to to be able to talk to Khadgar in order to be able to continue this storyline here. Gotcha. Magni.
Champion, good to see you.
Have you come to say goodbye, champion? Goodbye? What do you mean goodbye?
What we'll find? Well, best be setting sail to Ironforge. No sense in dawdling.
Are you sure about staying Dagran? You could return home with us and study there.
I'm sure, Ma. There's still so much knowledge here, yet to be discovered.
And knowing you, you'll find it all. Keep out of trouble. And make sure Brinth always knows where you are.
Yes, Mum.
Ah, and who is this?
I am called Orwena. I've been told you too have heard the voice of the goddess.
Goddess? You mean Azeroth? Aye, I was her speaker for many years, but she's let me go from that service.
Her voice has led me far from my home, seeking a truth I know she wishes to reveal. But my kin, they do not understand.
Aye, it can be lonely following a path that others can't see. But don't make the same mistake I did. Putting it all on yourself. Look for those who will walk the path with you. If I've learned anything, it's that we'll always need each other to not lose ourselves on the journey.
You are kind, Magni. I will consider your words carefully.
Best of luck to you, Orwena. One day, when you found what you're looking for, I hope you too find your way home. I'm ready for anything. Well, best be setting sail to Ironforge.
Oh, it's the same thing. Never mind.
Are you sure about staying Dagran? You could return home with us and study there.
I'm sure, Ma. There's still so much knowledge here, yet to be discovered.
So let's see. Oh, we're going over here. Oh, we even have a Zeppelin waiting. Alright, well, we will have to wait 5 days, because, of course, this is hilarious. I took a break for several weeks from this game, and yet here we still have time gating. So I'll have to wait 5 days before we can continue the story to find out, apparently, the fate of the Kirin Tor, which I can't help but be curious about. So, we'll have to wait until then. In the meantime, however, when we continue, we will be heading to the Siren Isle. Stay tuned.